ඒ කියන්නේ like Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Saturday Sunday දෙකේම තියෙමු challenges. මොකද Saturday Sunday ගොඩක් අය ගෙදර ඉන්නේ. පුනිදු මොකද හිතන්නේ? Hi මලිදු. මලිදු ඉන්න අපේ මේ team එක සෙල්ලම් කරනවා. මලිදු බලමු මලිදු කොහොමද සෙල්ලම් කරන්න කියලා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අදහස් දෙන්න පුනිදු. මලිදු ටෙක්ස්ට් එක කට්ටියක අදහස් දෙන්න. ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ තමයි මත් එක්ක ඉතින් මේක ගැන දන්න පෙඩේ අපේ කවුද අපේ දුෂාන් අයියා PUBG ගෙවුවට ඉතින් එයාටත් අයිඩිය එකක් තියෙනවනේ. ඉතින් මේක බලමු. වියරි මං ආගියද අතන යන්න කියන ආදරේ thank you අනේ මේ පැත්තට ආවට. අපි යමු guys game එකට. guys ඉතින් ගැම්බර follow පාරක් දාගෙන යමුද කොල්ල ටික ආදරේ.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to use OBS to live stream to users like Caster or destinations like thanks to a new and that's an important point. Before I walk you through extra encoding, we'll look at these things as we go. Each destination you send to will add its bitrate as 14 megabits upload. My rule of thumb guide is that you want twice the upload bandwidth as the bitrate you are streaming, so it definitely puts it into an area where I'd get started. We first need to download and install the plugin. I've got a link to it in the description of this video, and also be aware that this plugin is only available on Windows. Once you have it downloaded, when you open the zip file, you'll see each of them multiple output. Now you can move and place this. I'm also going to click Use a Persistent Stream key. What that means is stream URL and a live stream to Facebook. To add a second destination for YouTube, we'll click Add New Target in the plugin. In the Set to Start Streaming button, I'd start a live stream to Facebook. To add a second destination for YouTube, we'll click Add New Target in the plugin. In the Settings dialog, give it a name. I usually just name it the destination that I'm going to, so YouTube. Now I need to enter in the RTMP server and key. So in a browser, go to your YouTube account and click Go Live, and then go to the stream page. I'm going to copy the stream URL and paste that in, then copy the stream key and paste that. Now we need to make a decision about our encoder settings. If I leave the video and audio settings as Get from OBS, what will happen is the plugin will take the already encoded video that's going to Facebook and just duplicate that and send it to YouTube. So in that scenario, I'm doubling my upload bandwidth requirement, but I haven't increased the encoding load on my computer. The encoder, like the NVIDIA NVENC encoder, which will run on my graphics card, that means I will have my Facebook stream encoding on my CPU and my YouTube stream encoding on my graphics card. I can now enter a different resolution. We'll send 1920 by 1080 to YouTube and a bitrate of 6000. What this means is, if your computer can handle it, you can send a 720 stream. Let's see if this works. In OBS, and in Facebook, we'll see that bitrate to YouTube. So let's see if this works. Facebook, which is the maximum that they will accept, and then also send a 1080p stream at a higher bitrate to YouTube. So let's see if this works. I'll start my Facebook stream by clicking Start Streaming in OBS, and in Facebook we'll see that show up and click Go Live. So Facebook is now live. Then I'll click Start on my YouTube destination, and on YouTube we'll see that show up, and YouTube begins streaming as soon as you send it data, so there's no longer a button to go live like you have to do in Facebook. While those are streaming, let's look at a couple things. If I go to Task Manager and look at Performance, you can see my Ethernet connection is sending 10 megabits per second. That's the 4000 kbps for Facebook and 6000 for YouTube. Again, just reiterating the point that adding destinations adds to the bandwidth your internet connection has to be able to handle. Back in OBS, if I go to the Stats menu, this usually is a great way to tell what's going on with your stream. You can tell if you're dropping frames from rendering, which is just handling the video before it. I go to the Stats menu. Again, just reiterating the point that adding destinations adds to the bandwidth your internet connection has to be able to handle. Back in OBS, if I go to the Stats menu, this usually is a great way to tell what's going on. Destinations adds to the bandwidth your internet. This usually is able to handle. Back in OBS, if I go to the Stats menu, this usually is a great way to tell what's going on with your stream. You can tell if you're dropping frames from rendering, which is just handling the video before it gets to the encoder, or if the encoder or your network are causing you to drop frames. But in this case, it's really only giving me stats for the Facebook stream. You're not going to get a complete picture here. You're going to need to use these stats in conjunction with the Task Manager looking at your CPU and GPU to really tell how well your computer is keeping up with your stream. And that's it. You can now stream to multiple destinations in OBS for free. Be sure
We are the most military force in the history of man. Every fight is our fight. Because what happens over here matters over there. We don't get to sit one out. Learning to use the tools of the difference between the prospering of your people and utter destruction. We can't, but we can give you the know-how to acquire it. And that, my friends, is worth more than a deal. Sure, it matters who's got the biggest stick, but it matters a hell of a lot more who's swinging it. This is a time for heroes, a time for legends. History is written by the victors. Let's get to work. My friends, is worth more than a deal. Sure, it matters who's got the biggest stick, but it matters a hell of a lot more who's swinging it. This is a time for heroes, a time for legends. Get up, Private Allen! Wait, just lead the way! Move!
This is Warlord. Solid copy. I have Devil 1-1, flight of 2, F-16s online. Stand by for relay.
Drop some rounds and across the river.
Hunter 2-1, this is Devil 1-1, flight of 2 F-15s, time on station 15 mics, holding at 3 Sierra Northwest. Holding area knife, carrying 2 JDAMs and 2 Horns, over. Standing by.
Devil 1-1, target is a white 12-story apartment building in grid 252171. I need you to level that building. How copy over?
Solid copy, Hunter 2-1. Rolling in now. Target acquired.
Multiple targets. Take them out!
Up on the bridge! Far side!
They're retreating. Keep hitting them. Complete. We're Oscar Mike. Move out.
We're moving out! Let's go! Get your ass back in the vehicle! Battalion is Oscar Mike!
Oscar Mike, move it. Move out.
10 seconds!
Start that car and not stop it.
Which building is it, sir?
That's
going down. Woo!
Breaking away. Copy, Hunter 2. All Hunter 2 Victors, keep an eye out for civvies. We're not clear to engage unless they fire first. Stand the rooftops for hostiles. Stay frosty. Overlord, Hunter 2-1. We're passing Tunnel Harvey. Cross Street Elizabeth. Roger that, Hunter 2-1. Proceed with caution. Stay frosty, guys. It's the Wild West. Watch those alleys. Three-foot mobiles. Balcony, 12 o'clock. Probable militia. Are they armed? Negative. They're just watching us. They're scouting us. That don't mean we can shoot them.
Can you see him? Can you see him? I don't see Jack.
All Hunter Victors,
Storm the clouds!